it's easiest to show my problem with a video. So what we've got is that's the nose of the spindle, and this is the mandrel along here. Now the mandrel has got these, as usual, cutouts for being driven, and this is a ring that there's a snug fit on there with what you might call driving pegs or dogs or whatever. But the amount of this, if they're milled down, that fits into there is only by about 1mm, because you can see, if you look at it, the difference between the outside diameter of that and the outside diameter of that is too small. This part here could really be a larger diameter. Now I've had the spindle out, the mandrel out, spindle mandrel, if I call it that way, you know what I'm talking about. And it's been turned to a 16mm collet shape in there, if you know what they are. I don't really. Ideally, it would be good to have a nose piece that fits onto that screws onto that square thread. I've taken the dimensions of the thread, and I'll do a drawing of that. What I'm thinking of as an alternative is to make something that fits on there, but not on as a thread, that might be fastened. As you can see, there's a pip in there where something can be gripped. Is there one on the other side as well? I think there might be. So there might be two pips there. Ooh, let's just turn it round. Yeah, so you got two pips. You could locate a sleeve onto there that would drive it. Again, you're only a millimetre, so you need something bigger on here. Maybe if the first ring on the mandrel is fabricated in such a way that it locates into this part rather than changing it in any way, but has a much larger a diameter that goes over there somehow, even if I had to turn that down, and is able then to drive into the part that attaches to the nose of the spindle, then you know that the mandrel is going to be turned properly. But I'm not happy only having 1mm of overlap into that groove. It needs to be much more. That's what it is. So any thoughts and ideas about the best way of going about that? And if there is any way of getting the thing that goes over there, ideally what goes onto that nose would be a clamping or closing piece to close up the collets. If I could get any 16mm collets, and that would be useful for putting mills into there. But that's a different story, but one I would like to solve as well. And my internal screw cutting definitely at this moment is not up to cutting a square thread to a measured pitch like that. This on the mandrel, I guess, has been machined in, milled in, by having this turning and whatever's milling it moving like that, rather than being cut on a lathe, because of the way it finishes at this point. It looks like it's gone in and has been machined out using some sort of mill. There we go.